What's up, guys? My name is Nick, and welcome to the channel. This is the third episode of my weekly series where I show you guys the highs and lows, the ups and downs, everything that is going on with my portfolio. And guys, this video, I'm going to show you guys how I make a monthly dividend tracker chart. But first, guys, let's look at the last week in the stock market. As you can see, market gain down 192, $87. Earned dividends $19.76. And you can see I have a cash balance of $55.10. And let's click auto invest and see what happens. So it says we have three buys, which are going to be Home Depot, American Waterworks, and Johnson & Johnson. All great companies. So I'm glad that we're putting the dividend income into those companies. Now let's go to my activity feed. As you can see, guys, in the last week, from the 10th onwards, I got $21.19 from Altria, a great dividend. As always, every Monday I deposit $125 into my portfolio. And let's see what my account bought. So it looks like my previous dividends auto bought. I had 7 buys, $2.56 in MasterCard, $43.01 in Q yield. Wow, $40.19 in Texan, $5.55 in Jeppy, $76.41 in Nusi, $34.99 in Home Depot, and $12.07 in American Waterworks. So it looks like we're going to be buying some more of those too. And now if we move on the 14th, I received 2 dividends, one from BXMT, which is a mortgage REIT. And I really love this stock. It's done incredible since I bought it. In the crash of March 2020, I sold NRZ because they cut their dividend, and I bought BXMT, and I've had no complaints since. So in this one, I got $27.36, and realty income always coming in clutch every single month, $6.50. That is the highest dividend I've received from them. And now, in my last video, someone left a comment. Then they asked if I could show the shares for each stock. So we have Altria, BXMT, and O. So let's see how many shares I have of each of those stocks. So first up, we're going to go to Altria. As you can see in the all-time, up $203 and $119 in total dividends. And let's scroll down and see right here, 23.54 shares. And that's what got me that $21 dividend. So next, let's go to the real estate pie. And well, as you see in real estate, almost equal market gain and dividends earned. Let's see, BXMT, $342 market gain. Like I said, this stock has done nothing but perform well for me, and 135 total dividends off of 44.12 shares. So that is awesome. And then last but not least, definitely not with this stock, O Realty, up $225, 95, almost 96 in dividends with 26.37 shares. And now let's move on to my dividend tracker. So I did add those dividends, and I don't remember where I was. I think I was around $88, $89 in last week's video. As you can see, guys, we're at $144. And today's the 16th, but when I inputted those dividends, it was the 14th. So we're halfway through the month, and it's already at $144. And I did some math based on my upcoming dividends. I think this will be a record-breaking month. I'll probably get into the 180s. And I'm looking at March possibly being a $200 month. I don't know. Maybe we might get close. And something I don't think I mentioned in the last video, as you guys can see, I earned $1,400 in dividends last year. And just the point I wanted to make about that is I can take my yearly income from my job and add that 1,400, and that just increases my income for the year. And since I reinvested all of those dividends, I'm going to earn more money next year. And as we can see, I'm 14 days into the year, January, or 16 days if you want to count today, and I'm already over 10% what I earned last year. Just already. And even if we look at the 12, the monthly, I'm already over 10% in average monthly dividends. And we're not even finished with the first month. That is insane. And so one last thing, I did add another chart, just another graph, because if you notice, it's a lot cleaner. And if you notice, like here, the numbers bleed over each other and cover. Same thing here on this chart. So I just created this chart. I think it's called if we go to edit, and I'll show you guys how to do it. Yeah, it's the stacked bar chart. The only downside to this is it might be kind of confusing knowing where each number goes. But as you can see, you can just hover over the line and the data shows up to the right. So I just thought I'd show you guys this new chart that makes it a lot easier to see the numbers and see the data. Now, guys, let's get into what this video is about, which is showing you guys how to create your own monthly dividend charts. So I'm going to go to the new sheet, and what you guys are going to want to do is you need to create a Gmail account if you don't already have one, and then you would just go to Google Drive, and then you would hit on the top left, there will be a plus sign, and you would just hit new Google Sheet. It'll bring up this spreadsheet. And the thing I like about Google spreadsheets, or just Google in general, compared to Excel or Microsoft, is that you can share it. Like right here, you can share the data. You can share your spreadsheets with other people, and that way they can edit them too. Like if you're doing something for work. But it's also nice that it saves it online instead of always having to attach the file to somewhere else, to attach it to an email or whatever, the USB, and send it off. So guys, let's get right into this. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. I'll answer all your comments. So to create this chart for your monthly dividends, we're going to go Insert, scroll down to Chart, and as you can see, it brings up a chart, and there's no data. We're not going to worry about this right now because we're going to start inputting some data. So you can go to 1A, and let's just start with January 2022. Next up, we're going to do February 2022. As you can see, it's putting up some data. Doesn't make sense, but it will in the end. So now, the great thing about Google is that it's very smart. It recognizes trends and patterns, and so we can just go there to January, hit Shift, click February, and then we can just drag down to 12, and it inputs all of the months. All right. So now what we're going to do in this B column is this is where we're going to manually input our dividends. So first I'm going to hit currency in the dollar. Then you want to put equals, then you just type whatever, 23 plus 4, 35 plus 7 for your dividends. And then I'm just going to type in random numbers, but just so you guys, when you're building this out, make sure you do the equals, and so you can add each individual dividend. But while I'm here, I'm just going to input some random numbers for the sake of the example. Numbers that make no sense at all. Let's get a good one in there. Actually, let's go above 100. So now we have our data, and we're going to go here to graph, and we're going to hit these top 3 dots and go to edit chart. And here we're in our setup. So, you guys can do any kind of chart, like a line chart. Well, that doesn't make sense right now, but it will. An area chart, which is the one I like. So let's just keep it at area chart until we put in the data. So we're going to go to add x-axis. We're going to click this to select a data range. And then we're going to hit the A column. And it's going to turn sheet 1 exclamation A comma or colon A. I'm going to hit OK. As you can see, we have the months at the bottom. Next, we're going to go over here to series. And we're going to add the series. And we're going to go to the B column. See, as you guys can see, now that's all of our data. So the next thing I want you guys to do, go under the x-axis and hit aggregate. And that's going to give you all of the months at the bottom, whereas before it only gave you some of them. So that's going to give you every month. As you can see, you can't see December. So if you want, you could come over here, drag down. Now you can see December. So we're going to go back to edit chart. And let's go back up to the different types of chart. So you can do the line chart. You can do the stacked column, which you've seen that in mine. And then the stacked bar chart, which is the most recent one I showed you. But for the sake of the example, I'm going to do area chart because I do like that one the most. All right, guys, and next, let's go to customize. I'm going to go to chart and access titles. We're just going to name this monthly dividends. And as you guys can see, it popped up on the top left right here. Then I like to bold it and center it, and then just make the text black so it's easier to read. All right, and next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to series, and here you can change everything. As you guys know, my chart is this green color, but you guys can make the chart whatever color you want. I just made mine green for money. No, that's actually a pretty cool color. I might change it to that one. And then you guys can also choose what kind of lines you have. You guys can customize this, play around with this however you want. But we're going to go down here. You can do a trend line if you want. I mean, it's all it is just a straight line going up. But we can also do, what I really want to do is data labels. That way it shows you how many dividends you earn, like January 27, 42 for February. And what happened to our, guess the data didn't aggregate, but go back to customize series. And we're at data labels. You can make the text however you want it. Let's do the text color. Now I did a blue color because it complemented the green, and it was easier to see the numbers. So you can just play around with the color for the data that works for you. And guys, that's basically it. Then you can just go through these, you can look at all these different types of different areas to customize your chart. But that's the basics. Don't really need to get any more complicated than that. Only other thing I'd say is maybe try out the stacked column. Looks like you have to change the colors. Or maybe the stacked bar chart. I do really love the area chart. And let me see if we go to series. Oh yeah, right here under data labels, position, you can put the numbers, above, below, to the right, to the left, just so you can see them. If we go back to my chart real quick, I think I have mine on my area chart to the left, just because I have this extra space on the side for when I wasn't earning dividends, and it made it easier to see where the numbers were. But like I said, for you guys, it's up to you. You're free to play with that however you want. So now I'm going to show you guys how to make a quarterly chart. If you're interested in making a quarterly chart, I don't really care for it, just because we earn dividends monthly, we pay our bills monthly. So I just don't see a need for a monthly chart. But if you guys want one, you can go to copy chart, come down here, paste the chart. And before we do anything else, let's actually input the data. So for quarterly, as you know, January, February, March is the first quarter. So you can do Q1 2022, April, May, June, Q2 2022, September, Q3 2022, and then December, Q4 2022. And then we'll go to sum, and we'll get these 3 months. Don't autofill that. We'll go here, we'll go sum, and we'll hit those 3 months. And now, as you can see, Google noticed our pattern, and it's gonna finish it out for us. So now we're gonna go to this chart. We're gonna hit edit chart, and we're gonna change the x-axis here. Select data range. We're gonna go to C to get the quarters, and then like I said, 1, 2, 3. Just because it's hard to see the data, well, now you can see the fourth quarter. So let's go back to edit, series, and then let's do the D column. And then there you guys have it. Now you have your quarterly dividends. And we can go to chart. We can go to customize chart and access titles and do quarterly dividends. And then we can go to series and data labels and put position. I would put it, we can do this one actually to the right. And then I'm going to go to setup. I don't really like the area chart for this one. I'm going to go to stacked column. And I'm going to have to go back to customize, series, data labels. Oh, because the text color. And then you can put position outside in, and it'll put it above. Actually make that black. You can see that. And there you guys have it. You have your monthly dividend chart, and now your quarterly dividend chart. So guys, I'm going to end the video there, and I'm going to upload again on Wednesday. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Remember, I will answer all of your comments. So I'll see you guys next time.